Hello everybody, this is Ark over here, playing some Legend of Heroes Trails in the Sky. This is a game that I have been wanting to play for a long time. Part of a massive series that I just never got around to. But with the advent of Trails of Cold Steel 4, which I have played Cold Steel 1 through 3, which are also amazing, and I recommend you check them out if you haven't. Which brings the entire Legend of Heroes saga to a close. I figured now would be the best time to start this, because they take place in the same world, along the same timeline, just from a different perspective than Cold Steel does. So without further ado, let's get into it. We'll start on hard mode. I've beaten each of the Cold Steel games on Nightmare on fresh files, but I just want to have a nice leisurely stroll. Daddy's really late. I even got a message from the guild saying he'd be home today too. So I from playing Cold Steel 1 through 3, I know of a lot of these characters, but not too many of them themselves, because some of the characters in this trilogy make appearances in the Cold Steel games, and a lot more of them are mentioned by name very frequently. And Shara's gone traveling around the kingdom on some kind of training. I'm so bored. Maybe I'll just practice with my staff a bit more before dinner. Hey, I'm home. Daddy! Oh, so that is turbo mode. Sorry to have kept you waiting, Estelle. Did you take good care of the house while I was away? Of course I did. Did you run into any trouble, Daddy? You didn't get hurt fighting the bad monsters, did you? Nope, I'm as fit as a fiddle. That reminds me, though, I brought you a present. Really? What kind of present? A new fishing pole? Sneakers? Something for my training? Maybe I raised you wrong, Estelle. Aren't little girls supposed to like clothes and jewelry? I like pretty clothes, but they just get dirty. And jewelry breaks when you go play outside with it on. Anyway, Daddy, what's with the big blanket? Is that my present? Oh, you're a sharp. Now why don't you come have a look? Her present is a boy. What? Well, here you are. Quite a handsome boy, don't you think? What? Why is my present a boy? Don't make such a fuss or you'll wake him up. Wake him up? You mean he's still alive? Looks kind of dead if you ask me. I've treated his wounds, so he should be in stable condition. In the meantime, however, we'll need to let him rest. I'll put him to bed, so if you wouldn't mind heating a kettle of water on the stove, I'd appreciate it. Okay. He sure sleeps soundly. And he almost looks the same age as me. This is the first time I've ever seen black hair like that, too. He certainly does have a nice head of dark hair. And a pair of amber eyes to go with it. That's nice and all, but how about you come clean and fess up? Fess up? Yeah, who is this kid anyway? And why is he hurt? Why did you bring him to our house? Is he an illegitimate child or something? Did you betray Mommy? Where have you been picking up these kinds of words? No doubt from Scheherazade, I assume. Yep, that's right. For heaven's sake, that girl is going to get me into trouble one of these days with all her nonsense. Actually, I just met this boy while I was out on business. And I don't even know his name. You mean bracer business? Something like that. Oh, look. Huh? He's waking up. Wow, his eyes really are the color of amber. Where am I? So, you're awake now, are you? Welcome to my humble home. You'll be safe here, so please just try to rest. What are you trying to pull? Just try to move something around real quick, because that's kind of getting in my way. There we go. Huh? You must be out of your mind. Why didn't you just leave me there to die? Why? Now that's a question I don't know how to answer. Does things just work out that way? Work for you? Don't toy with me, Cassius Bright. Do you have any idea what you're getting yourself involved in? Hey! Oh, getting him the old Super Mario. You're sure shouting a lot for someone who's supposed to be hurt. Running your mouth like that is just going to make it longer for your body to heal. And just who are you supposed to be? I'm Estelle. Estelle Bright. She's my daughter. Don't you remember me telling you that I have a daughter your age? Now that you mention it. Wait a minute. Don't try and change this up. Damn, Estelle, he's dying and you're just killing him more. Ow! Quit yelling! Alright. You jumping on me like that isn't going to make me heal any faster either. I don't hear you yelling again, do I? Damn, Estelle, getting right to the point. I like you. Look, jumping on me like that is just going to make things worse. Do I hear Y-E-L-L-I-N-G? Never mind. Just forget it. As a word of advice, it would be wise not to argue with Estelle while you're in this house. Even I wouldn't stand a chance if I made her mad enough. Yeah, I can see that. By the way, aren't you forgetting something? Huh? Your name. You know that thing that people call you? I told you mine already, so don't you think it would be unfair and impolite not to tell me yours? It seems like the logical thing to do, if you ask me. Trying to hide it now would only serve your detriment. Fine. My name is... Good start already. I've played probably maybe about 20 minutes of this game. I don't know any of the story. Pretty much beyond that and those two characters. But yeah, I am really excited. I've been wanting to play this game for a long time because I've heard nothing but good things about it. And I love Cold Steel 1 through 3. They're some of my favorite RPGs, some of my favorite characters. The stories are so good, it's pretty fun, and the characters are just awesome. I can't say enough good things about the Cold Steel series. So I'm expecting pretty high quality stuff from this game as well, this trilogy. Graphically, I honestly prefer this to the Cold Steel trilogy. I prefer pixel art and more animated graphics than the 3D models on Cold Steel looks in the game. Always have. I just find pixels I just like pixel art much better. We're seeing various characters that I assume we're going to interact with soon. That looks like the emblem of the Bracers Guild. Music is picking up really heavily, and I like it. a good opening. I'm really excited to get deeper into this story and find out the other countries' perspectives of what was going on in Cold Steel 3. Well, Cold Steel Trilogy, rather. Ooh, breakfast. I love me some breakfast food. Frying it up just like I like it. Ugh, it's so bright in here. Oh. That is the face of not a morning person. I slept like a rock. That must mean it's Dad's turn to cook this morning. I wonder if that means Joshua's still in bed. So the boy's name is Joshua. Guess that's a no. Well, I guess I better get myself ready then, too. He is harmonicaing, that's kind of cool. Bravo, bravissimo. Nice, Joshua. Bravo. I was just kidding about the bravo, but okay. Good morning, Estelle. Hope I didn't wake you. Nah, I was already up when I heard you start to play. I can't believe how awake you are, though. Even the roosters still have bags under their eyes. I like Estelle's hair. Not that I mind. Well, that siren song of yours gently lulling this beautiful woman from her slumber. What do you mean, woman? We're the same age, and I'm hardly a man. How wrong you are, Joshua. We may be the same age, but I am clearly the woman of the house. That makes you something like my loyal follower. Wouldn't you agree? No? Yeah. How fortunate for you. You could at least try to sound a tiny bit sincere. It really is a nice tune, though. Cheerful, yet somehow wistful. I like your other songs, too, of course, but this one's my favorite. What's it called again? The Whereabouts of Light. That's right, Whereabouts of Light. I wish I could play the harmonica like you, Joshua. Sadly, it's a lot harder than it looks. Compared to what it takes to use a staff, I think the harmonica is much easier. It's really just a matter of concentration. You're probably right. I guess my problem is that if I don't do something that uses my whole body, I start to feel out. Okay, playing the harmonica is fine and all, but how about getting some exercise too? All your hobbies are sitting around kind of stuff. Like reading and music. No girl's gonna be impressed with just that. Yeah, you gotta show her manly stuff, like fixing cars and being a battle man. Well, excuse me for being so unpopular with the ladies. Although I feel like I should be the one lecturing you about your hobbies. I mean, what kind of boy who wants a girl who loves fishing, collecting bugs, and has a fetish for sports shoes? That's enough talk about hobbies for now. And for your information, I graduated from bug collecting a long time ago. Really? I'll believe that when I stop finding beetles in the hallway. Oh, my God. Okay, swap out the 3. I thought I had a little more juice left in it than that. Hey, Estelle, Joshua. Good morning, Dad. Good morning, Dad. Is breakfast ready? It's ready and waiting. Why don't the both of you hurry on down before it gets cold? Okay, I'm on my way. Thanks for the grub, Dad. Boy, am I stuffed. Are you eating or inhaling, Estelle? Like people say, kids who eat and sleep a lot grow a lot. Well, make sure you get enough to eat, but don't forget to pour that energy into your work, too. That reminds me, you two are finishing up your training at the guild today, aren't you? That's right. It'll be a review of everything we've learned up to this point. And once we're finished, we'll be bracers just like you, Dad. That means I'm not going to let you treat me like a kid anymore, either. You still lack understanding, Estelle. You can only become a junior bracer in the beginning, or in other words, a trainee. If you want to be treated like an adult, then you should work extra hard in your training to become a full-fledged bracer. Well, I'm not afraid of a little hard work. Just you watch and see what I'm capable of, Dad. I'll be so successful that it won't be long before I pass you too. That's the spirit. Let's see what you're made of then, shall we? Let's not start a rivalry here, you two. And Estelle, keep your focus on the task at hand. We have a test later on today, remember? Huh? Wait, what test? Oh, please tell me you didn't forget about the test, Estelle. You know, the one that checks whether or not we've mastered the skills we've been learning in training. Don't you remember Shara saying that if we failed, we'd be stuck with a ton of extra homework? Crap, totally forgot. Now that you mention it, I guess I kind of remember her saying something like that. Don't sweat it. I'm sure we'll manage somehow or other. I actually don't know how you describe this long, Estelle. Your brain is like a sieve. Dang, Papa is sad. How could any child of mine end up with such a careless, over-optimistic personality? Ha! You're the one that raised me, so I definitely got it from you. I swear, the two of you act so much alike, but whatever. We should probably head over to the guild soon, Estelle. Cheryl's going to be waiting there for us. Sounds like a plan. You know how crazy scary she gets if someone keeps her waiting. I hate to be kept waiting too. Punctuality is king. Oh, before I forget, it's my turn to cook dinner tonight. Is there anything in particular you'd like to eat, Dad? Any requests? Something I'd like to eat, huh? How about Rouen-style scalloped fish in a balsamic vinegar sauce? What's that? I think that's a little more than Estelle's cooking skills can handle. Or our stomachs. You're right. I just want to see what kind of reaction I can get. I'll just have the usual fried fish and omelet. No need for anything fancy. But do try to make something edible. How rude! But I can't actually say it's wrong. Actually, I do have one favor to ask before you head out. I'd like you to pick me up a copy of the Liberal News from the General Goods Store. They're supposed to be getting the latest edition today. Got it. One copy of the Liberal News from the General Goods Store. Receive 500 euro. If there's any money left over, you can have it as your allowance. However, that means no waste of spending. Yes, Dad. Alright, thanks, Dad. Let's go. Okay, we're heading out now. See you later, Dad. Work hard and give Sherazade my regards. Alright, so let's see what we can. Let's see, check around the house. Let's go back upstairs. Sam and stuff. Go on the balcony. Okay, so there's the. So here is the world map, and over there, the Erebonian Empire. That's the continent that Trails of Cold Steel takes place in. Versus, I don't know what continent we're in. I want to say, I actually can't remember what the name of that continent was. Anyway, enough of that. So I can rotate the map for the camera. Oh, having it on the bumpers is gonna feel weird when I'm used to having full control with the right stick. So B is to open my menu. Damn. I can't find a good place to put this. Oh. Try to move that around again. I actually show that. Good enough, I guess. So B is to open my menu. A is to check. Okay, so that's just the saving line. Alright. Options. Okay. Tactics. I don't have anything else aside from looking at the map. My orbments, my gear. He uses 2 swords. She uses a staff. Alright. Might as well rest because I can. Okay. So I rested in Joshua's bed. I think I'll be on exploring the house in a moment. I didn't find anything too fun around here. We'll see if I can go in this door. Ah. Okay, that's just the side door. Can't cut any wood. How do I... Can I dash? It's the real question. No, it does not look like it. Anyway. Dang it, I'm not gonna... It's gonna take a bit for me to get the hang of the rotation. There's a standing log of staff practice. Can I adjust? That's actually significantly better. I'm okay with that. The 45-degree rotation each hit is... I don't like that. Oh. Alright. Alright, off to adventure. Bright House. And Roland. South Roland is south way. Okay, so holding in the left stick is how you dash. I might be. I really don't like how dash is attached to this. City of Roland. I'll adjust that in the contract for the next episode to make it more comfortable. Looks like we made good time. Not too early or too late either. We just barely graduated from Sunday school. I never dreamed we'd have to study so hard to become racers. Well, you're in luck. Today is the last day of our training. Truth be told, though, you're the one who signed up to be a bracer in the first place, so I don't know why you'd expect to get away with any of that effort. Oh, yeah, I guess I did. Alright, then. Let's get to it and make it through this last haste from Sheriff. You look ready to me. Let's go meet with Sheriff at the Bracer Guild over there. So I need to go to the general goods store. So I can get the copy of the World News for Pops. Let's just do that first. Good morning, Mr. Renan. Hello there, Estelle and Joshua. You're up rather early today. Did you come to buy a new pair of shoes? Now that you mention it, are there any new ones in stock? You know, like the newest Stragas? Unbelievable. You've actually already forgotten why we came in here to begin with. We're not here to shop. We're supposed to be buying a copy of the World News for Dad, right? Of course. You've always been a big collector on those shoes, haven't you? I'm afraid that the new Stragas aren't out yet. If you're after the latest issue of the World News, though, I should have them. Noon, huh? That's Yes, right in the middle of our training at the guild house. We'll stop by again after our training is over. Sure, I'll be waiting for you. There's no waste of spending. We need that copy for us. So these are. Yeah, let's go meet the people we're gonna be seeing quite a bit of, I assume. Top of the morning to you kids. Good morning, Mr. Elger. Good morning, sir. Well, you're up rather early, aren't you? Correct me if I'm wrong, but today is your last day of training, isn't it? I seem to remember you saying something about it the last time I had you run the store. Yes, that's right. I see. Well, I'm sure you'll do just fine, Joshua. Now, Estelle, on the other hand, I've got good reason for her. She's always been a bit scatterbrained ever since she was a child. Probably all the notches you took to the head playing with the boys. Really? So I guess that scatterbrain trait isn't something new, huh? I'll give you a head injury if you don't shut up. And don't call me scatterbrain. Okay, you two, let's not fight now. Shouldn't you be getting over to the guild? I should. But I wanna go talk to her. Good morning, Stella. Oh my, well, if it isn't Stella and Joshua. Are you on your way to bracer training? Yeah, just you watch. I'm going to pass this exam and be as good of a bracer as Shara, too. You're darn right you are. I have faith in you. By the way, Estelle. What? Why are you looking at me like that? Did you wash your face? How about your teeth? Did you brush them too? Joshua is so fastidious, but you always seem to forget to take care of yourself. Come on, that was a long time ago. I don't do that anymore, right, Joshua? Now that you mention it, you did take off from home the other day with your hair all in a mess, right? Yeah. That was only because it was an emergency. Mr. Rena got the newest Strega brand sneakers in on that day. Estelle! Yes? You listen to me carefully. For a girl your age, you need to take care of these things. If your appearance is messy, you won't look like someone that people can trust, even if you are a bracer. Your appearance is a reflection of what is on the inside. Alright, I'll be more careful. Okay. Well, that's that. Now, how about both of you get on over to the gift? Man, even the mighty Estelle loses an argument to Stella, huh? Okay. Oh, that's tough. Well, they're so wonderful and revitalizing today. I have the strange feeling that something good is going to happen. Really? Because of this weather, I have the strange feeling that something bad is going to happen. Well, look what the cat dragged in. Estelle and Joshua, how have you been? Good morning, Mr. Fate. Good morning, sir. How's your father, Cassius? Is he doing well? Yep, he's doing so well it might even surprise you. I don't think there's anyone else his age who's in such good shape. Is that so? My daughter's really wanted to see him, but he hasn't shown his face around here in a while. Could you give him a message for me? Tell him that Fate says he'd like to talk about the old days sometime. Sure, we'll tell him. Hey, Joshua, how does Mr. Fate know Dad so well again? I know they're friends and all, but I have heard that they were battle buddies during the days of the Royal Army. Oh yeah, that's right. Let's see here. It looks like my husband's gone to work. I'd better do the housework quickly and head out to take care of the shopping. Farming, mining, and timber. Those are the three major industries here in Roland. There's no exaggeration to say that these industries are what support Roland economically. Oh, that's the timber industry, which grows forests and in turn uses the trees as a resource, began at Queen Alicia's behest. My daddy's job is digging holes, and he finds lots of pretty rocks inside. He says they're called septium. My husband works in the Mulga mine to the north of here. He left here at the crack of dawn. Sometimes he doesn't even come home for days on end. I mean, he's got to keep the house in order, bring in the money, put the food on the table. Ah, that girl's so cute. I've got to be courageous and try and talk to her. Not as cute as me, Estelle Bright, but I guess she's alright. How do I open up the regular map? Here's the Bracer Guild. I'm just on my way over to the Forest of Mistwald to the south of here for work. There was a merchant from Bose who came here to buy lumber. I need to get enough ready for the order I received. There you two are. Good morning, Estelle. Good morning, Joshua. Morning, Ina. Good morning. Is Shara here already? Yeah, she's waiting for you upstairs. Once you finish today's training, you'll finally be recognized as brave members of the Bracer Guild. Good luck to the both of you. Thanks. We'll do our best. Let's go upstairs. She's not happy. Star and the Hanged Man, the Hermit and the Magician. Last of all, inversion through the Wheel of Fortune. This is a difficult combination. How should I interpret this? Good morning, Shara. Ah, my fresh meat, I mean, Estelle and Joshua. Well, if it isn't Estelle and Joshua. This is a rare occasion for the both of you to show up so early. Since my last day of training, I figured, why not? I'm ready to get this show on the road and become a racer myself. I don't think that's the reason, Estelle. I think the reason is you said you're scared as hell of her when you're late. I'll give you credit for your enthusiasm. I'm going to work you hard today in every way I can think of to make sure that high-spirited attitude of yours comes up. I hope you're ready. I can feel that enthusiasm dropping already. Quiet, you. Every time I teach you something, you somehow manage to forget it. This training is my way of trying to keep some of that information in your head instead of letting it dribble out your ears like it usually does. Ah, Joshua! Shara's picking on me. Don't worry, Shara. While Estelle may hate studying and rarely ever does her homework, Axe Ashley is overly naive and has a tendency to stick her nose into everything. Her instincts are sharp, so I'm sure she'll pick up on how to use an ornament with some practice. Eventually. Probably. I guess there's not much I can do except hope for the best. Hold on a second, Joshua. Somehow I get the feeling that you weren't standing up for me. Well, that's odd. I'm positive I described all your best traits accurately. Whatever. By the way, Shara, what were you trying to predict with your tarot cards? Your face was really intent. Oh, this? I was trying to get a vague reading about what might happen in the near future. Unfortunately, I don't seem to have been in the right mindset to interpret the cards correctly. You couldn't read the cards? Now that's surprising to hear. Actually, the more profound the meaning of the cards, the more difficult they become to interpret. But that's not important. I think it's time we start your final training. I'll give you a brief rundown of all the information we've covered in your previous training. This is the minimal level of knowledge that racers should have in order to function effectively. And Estelle, make sure you pay especially close attention to what I'm going to say. Yeah. Orbits are mechanical devices which operate by using what is known as orbital energy. A variety of effects can be produced depending on their structure and the type of quartz or process that we have installed. Although it's only been about 50 years since their invention, these devices play an integral role in all facets of life, from lights, heaters, and other everyday products to weapons, magic, and even airships. In connection, this technological reform is commonly known as the Orbital Revolution. Braces are investigative and combat specialists who work to protect civilians and maintain the stability of their respective regions. They aid the community in various ways, such as exterminating monsters, preventing crime, finding lost items, and escorting people and goods. The Bracer Guild, which has established branches across the continent, manages the affairs of the bracers in each region. The Kingdom of the Burl, in which we live, sits on the western half of the Zemurian continent. and abounds with nature and deep-rooted traditions. Okay, so we're in Siberia. Liberl is proud to be one of the leading producers of septium on the continent, and is known for its high level of technology used to develop orbitments. Orbitment technology has also been a key pillar of support for Liberl in protecting its independence, as it is contended with the neighboring nations. 10 years ago, Liberl was invaded by the Erebonian Empire. It was the use of orbital-powered airships that saved the kingdom from defeat. Consequently, even now, our relationship with the Empire is somewhat sensitive. But thanks to the Queen's political finesse, Liberl enjoys peace. Let's see, since we've got a mountain of stuff to do today, I'll let you off the hook this time with a condensed review. I'm going to speed things up now and move on to practical portion of the training. Shara? How was today's practical training any from the training we've done before? Since it's practical, that means you'll be experiencing things firsthand. Therefore, I am going to have the both of you run through everything as if it were a real bracer job. So what you're saying is, there won't be any studying at a desk involved? Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying. This time, you'll have to go out and make a physical effort to accomplish your task. I'll make sure to have you work up a sweat, so I hope you're ready. Yes, that's seriously just what the doctor ordered. I didn't know what I was going to do if I had to sit another day with my tush parked at a desk. I guess I got all work for nothing. Well, suddenly you're all bright and cheerful, Estelle. Let's just hope that smile on your face lasts until the end of today's training. Okay, let's get cracking on your first objective, shall we? Let's have at it. The first objective will be to confirm the details of the job you will be performing. But before that, there is something that we need to give them. I know. Are they ready? Yes, they are. Alright, you two. Go get one for each of yourselves. My orbitments. These are very important, so make sure not to lose them. Oh, the notebook. Not as fun. Bracer notebook serves as the official way to record the status of your current jobs. Also, anything you may hear or anything you may find and where. These kinds of trivial things can often become clues. No matter how insignificant something may seem, always write it down. Understood. Crap, this sounds like it's going to be a pain. Oh. Please tell me with my ears playing tricks on me, because I swear I only got one response. I am sure there were two. Keeping an accurate account of events is an important duty for all racers. So, get with the program and stop trying to make this out to be more than it really is, Estelle. Okay, I got it. Make sure you do. Alright then, let's begin. Look over by the door. You can see that there is a bulletin board standing there. First, I want you to go and check the job description posted there. The bulletin board is approached, an exclamation mark will appear. Pressing the OK button will display the job list. By selecting the job names on the list, you can view their details. What button is my OK button? A? Ah, there we are. This training will involve searching the sewers beneath Roland and bringing the contents of a chest bag. See Scheherazade for details. Details of the job confirmed on the bulletin board and other important events will automatically be recorded in the Bracer notebook. The Bracer notebook can be easily found by clicking on the Books tab of the Items menu. It can also be accessed by configuring a Bracer book shortcut button in the configuration menu. Very good. Looks like you were able to see what was posted without any trouble. Checking the bulletin board is one of the most basic functions of a Bracer performance on a job. Checking regularly to see whether or not there are any urgent tasks which need immediate attention is also an important duty for racers. Man, all this talk about duty is starting to cramp my style. Sure, there are a lot of rules to follow, but there's an equal level of responsibility in the jobs themselves. I think being a bracer calls for much more than just someone with a half-hearted attitude. I guess you're right. I'll just have to get more motivated. Is that so? Weird. Had a change of heart, have you? You betcha. Well, before all that motivation sneaks off somewhere, let's get to work on your next task. What will we be doing this time? We'll be heading across the street to Mr. Melder's orbital factory and learning how to use its services. He has graciously taken the time out of his work schedule to explain things, so make sure to be on your best behavior. Okay. Here's where you will learn how to use an orbital factory services. At an orbital factory, you can modify your orbments and synthesize support quartz in order to use orbital arts. Arts have a wide range of effects, and if mastered, can be extremely helpful. Bracer business is a pretty risky occupation, so the guild has a long-standing relationship with these orbital factories. Anyway, this is about as much as I can explain. I'll leave the technical details to the expert. So, Mr. Melders, if you wouldn't mind taking over from here. No problem, leave everything to me. So, what is it that you would like to know about? Orbits are mechanical devices which exhibit an array of effects through the installation of various types of quartz. By definition, that means lights, airships, engines, and so on are also types of orbits. However, the ones we'll be discussing today are battle orbits, which enhance the user's physical abilities and make it possible to use magic. Since each orbit is adjusted to match the owner's personal aptitude, the structures for these devices also differ for each owner. Simply put, the shape of the fixed elemental slots and lines which connect them vary. At any rate, that's the latest information. In order to install quartz, you must first have an open slot. By default, the central slot is open, but the other slots must be opened at a normal factory like this. It'll take a fair amount of statement to do. EP, which is the E for magic, will also see a max increase according to the number of open slots. I recommend opening them all as soon as possible. So, what is it would you like to know about now? Magic. Simply put, orbital arts are magic which can be discharged exclusively through the use of battle orbits. In other words, a number of peculiar effects can be produced by using the orbital energy stored within these mechanical devices. Since orbital arts can be a mouthful, they are almost universally referred to as arts. Probably ought to have been called that from the get-go. There are several types of arts, but in order to be able to use them, their corresponding quartz must first be synthesized at an orbital factory. Orbits are also set up so that once a particular quartz is installed into a slot, the owner will be able to use those arts. The type of arts one can use changes depending on the elemental value and combination of installed quartz. Basically, if you want to use water arts, all you have to do is install quartz with a water elemental value. In reality, orbits are much more complex than what I have described, but I think this information should suffice for now. Interesting, so I'll have to check it in a bit, but that sounds like it'd be different from the Cold Steel games I've played, where each art, like each spell, has its own quartz you can install to be able to use it. So, if I wanted to use, like, fire arts, I would have to install fire quartz, but each fire quartz, like, each unique spell has its own quartz. As opposed to, like, what it sounds like here, where I have to just put water elemental in there, and the more water elemental quartz I have, the more water arts I can use. Quartz are circuits made from secrets. Quartz have a vast number of effects and raise the owner's abilities, while simultaneously making it possible for them to use art. However, you will not be able to harness any of these effects until the quartz has been installed into a slot. However, there are also fixed slots in which only a certain type of elemental quartz can be installed. This being the case, when you synthesize a new quartz, be sure to check your orbit and decide where you'll be installing it ahead of time. Seepith are fragments of septium which are dropped by monsters. They are divided into 7 types: Earth, Water, Fire, Wind, Time, Space, and Mirage. Seepith can be exchanged for Mira almost anywhere, but at the orbital factory it can be used to synthesize quartz to open orbit slots in which to install synthesized quartz. That's everything. It looks like Mr. Melders has answered all your questions. If there's nothing else, then let's have you both try and use the services here. For that, you're going to need some Seepith. With that amount, you two should be able to synthesize a few quartz. Now, I want you to begin first by making an elemental quartz that will work with each of your particular orbits. In your case, still, any elemental quartz is okay. But for you, Joshua, it has to be a time elemental quartz. Normally at a shop, you would be able to exchange Seepith for Mira, but this is training and you will not be able to use this service. Upon approaching a counter, a talk mark will appear. Pressing the OK button will display a list of options. Select Modify or Trade to use an orbital factory services. I need to Ah, okay. I think I wanna switch those. I don't know what X is for. I do not like B opening my menu. I'm actually gonna switch that over to start. Anyway, orbit. Ah, okay. So she can put anything there, and he has to put time there. Ah, okay. Freddy! Alright. You know what? I'm gonna give her win for now at the start. Alright. Dang it. Okay, so if I click this. There we are. Make it faster. Speed is good. And make her more dodgy. Okay, so that's interesting. So far, it looks different than what I'm used to with Cold Steel. Where if Aid would just give me a stat boost, but I wouldn't have any Orbital Arts because the Orbital Art Airstrike would be its own separate quartz. Alright, it looks like you were able to synthesize one. Next, I want you to increase the arts you can use. Now install a quartz in your orbments so that you can use both recovery and attack arts. Quartz can be installed in the orbment screen. The orbment screen can be utilized by selecting orbment tab in the menu. I already did that too. Figure this out by looking at the arts and quartz charts in your bracer notebooks in order to figure out which quartz you need to install. If you're lacking the necessary quartz, you can always synthesize them in a normal factory. Oh, okay. I don't know why. I don't know why I didn't grab one of each. They literally gave me all the secrets to do so. I actually think I like this one more. I actually think I like this this area, this one to get the spells more by mixing and matching the quartz you put in there instead of just having the specific quartz with its own thing. Dang it. Alright. Okay, so one water. Okay. Alright, it looks like you got both recovery and attack arts set up. If you balance your arts out between each other, like you've done here, it should make dealing with monsters much easier. Additionally, your bracer notebooks contain information about which quartz allow you to use which arts. If you'd like to use more powerful arts, check out the arts and the quartz charts in your bracer notebooks to find something that works for you. Alright, our training here is almost finished. Last of all, I'm going to have one of you open a new slot in your orbits. The more slots you have available to you, the broader range of choices you'll have. Since EP, which is consumed by using arts, can have its max value increased by opening up slots, it'll be a good idea to open them all early on. Now I want you to use a C5th and open a slot in each of your orbits. Go ahead and decide which slots you're going to open. I don't know if it makes a difference which of these two slots I open, but... This. That would give me Stone Hammer plus defense, Air Strength, and Sock Leave. She uses a staff, so I figured she'd be a caster, but she has higher strength. I'll give her more evasion anyway. At least in Cold Steel, evasion tanks were super good. You just dodge and counterattack, and it's great. I see you managed to open up one of your orbit slots, Estelle. Since your central slot is not limited to a particular elemental, you are free to install any type of ports you like. This concludes your training here at the Orbital Factory. Now it's time to move on to what you've both been waiting for. Qualification test. Pardon? Did you just say test? You can't honestly tell me that you forgot about the test again, can you? Didn't I remind you just this morning? Ha ha ha. Now that you mention it, I vaguely remember some sort of talk about those lines at the breakfast table. Sometimes I fear for the future of the Bracer Guild and humanity. Oh well, no sense in worrying about that now. Let's head over to the testing area. You mean like now? I don't know if I'm ready for... How about a little less yapping and a little more walking? Estelle, goodbye. Joshua, help me. Mr. Elders, ready? Thank you for all your help. Don't mention it. And good luck with that test of yours. We'll be rooting for you. I'm going to remember that you left me high and dry like this, Joshua. All your training has finally come down to this. Your qualification test will begin here. I expect to see you both use what you've learned up to this point. Understood. What's wrong, Estelle? Shara? What now? I was kind of wondering, but is there not going to be a paper test or something? Did Cassius drop you on your head as a child or something? You just read what it said on the bulletin board not that long ago, right? Yeah, and I even made you jot down what you read in your Bracer notebooks, unless you forgot that too. I'm pretty sure the job list mentioned searching for and retrieving an item from the sewers. Ringing any bells yet? What a relief. She's all smiles again. Oh, divine Adios. I give thanks to thee for thy infinite grace in bestowing upon us such wonderful gifts and sewers. So what you're really saying is that you thought it was a paper test? No wonder you were acting all crazy back at the Orbital Factory. I can already feel the nostalgia. All those horrible days stuck in the classroom are starting to feel like grand memories indeed. I'm really starting to wonder if we'll even be able to graduate at all. What's wrong with you? Why do you have to go and say something like that when I'm trying to reminisce about the positive things? Alright, that's enough jabbering, you two. This is supposed to be a test. How about the both of you try to at least look a little anxious? Just so you know, though, if you do happen to flunk the test, you don't even want to imagine the kind of homework I have in store for the both of you. We'll be fine. Just tell us what you want us to do and let us loose. Well, if you're so confident, how about proving that you're not just blowing hot air with the results of your test? Anyway, as you both saw on the bulletin board, this test will be a search conducted in Roland's sewers. Your objective is to retrieve the contents of the chest which have been placed somewhere in that area. The layout of the sewers is extremely simple, so you don't need to worry about getting lost either. However, there are real, living, breathing monsters down there, so if you get careless and let down your guard, you will be sorry. Also, let me give you this before I forget. What's this book for? It's called a monster guide, and it's used to record information about monsters and other opponents. Whenever you figure out an enemy's attributes, you should make an immediate note of it in there. Sounds pretty straightforward to me. He who controls the flow of information controls the tide of battle, right? That's exactly what I'm saying. You've really got a good head on your shoulders, Joshua. That's some pretty useful advice. Thanks for the tip, Shara. We'll put it to good use. Alrighty then, let's get pumped and knock out this test. Don't forget though, this is an exam. We should make sure to treat it as such. Alright. I think we'll leave it at that for now. This has been Arc Nova, playing Trails of Cold Steel. Legend of Heroes Trails in the Sky. then.